アメリカの生活ようこそ。私はアンドリューです。Today, I'm going to be going over 3 things that I missed about America when I lived in Japan. But at the end of this video, I'm going to go over 3 things that I miss about Japan now that I live back in the US. Before we get started, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos about American life. So, 3 things that I missed about America when I lived in Japan. Number 1 was making friends. Now, Japanese people are very friendly, but in America, it's a lot easier to make friends like that. For example, if I'm in a coffee shop, I'll start talking to a random person, and before long, we're hanging out, we're going on adventures together. It just happens very, very quickly. Now, in Japan, what I noticed is relationships take a little bit longer to build. But that being said, once those relationships are formed, they are extremely strong. Item number 2 that I missed about America was wide open spaces. Like, so many open spaces. You can go off-roading, you can go hiking, you can go road tripping. That is a blessing and a curse though, because when it comes to road trips across the US, it takes a very, very long time to get anywhere. On the positive side, there is so much to see and so much to explore. When it comes to nature, the open expanses are crazy. I'm up north in my family's cabin right now, and out that window in front of me is this huge mountain, and every day I go hiking out into the woods and it just goes on and on and on, and that is one tiny piece of America. Item number 3 that I missed about America was less rules. I don't actually know if we have less rules, but they seem to be a lot less strict. For example, if I'm in the train over in New York or Boston, there are rules, but basically anything goes. Whereas in Japan, you have to be quiet and you don't eat on the trains, and I understand why those rules are in place, and that's just one example. Another example, I mentioned off-roading earlier. I can go off-road in many, many different places, but I know in Japan, they were very strict on specifically where you could drive vehicles off the main road. Less rules in America extends to many, many other areas, but those are just a few examples. Now, 3 things that I miss about Japan now that I live in America. Number 1, everything in Japan is higher quality. It feels like everything is handcrafted to be at the top perfection level possible, whereas in America, sometimes things are well built, but still not to the level that they are in Japan. Whether it's cars, whether it's food, everything in Japan just seems higher quality. There's a reason that Americans love Japanese domestic market cars, also known as in the US, JDM. We love Skylines, we love Silvias, we love K cars. In fact, K trucks are becoming very popular right now. The sushi quality was, oh my gosh, it was so much better than it is in the US. Like, so much better. In Japan, a high-level quality sushi that you would normally find at a fancy restaurant in the US, in my belief, could be found at a normal standard restaurant. Again, quality, way better in Japan. Number 2, Japanese people are very kind and very gentle. I know a lot of that is cultural about respect, and I know that sometimes even in people's minds, they might not be very happy with you or they might have a problem with you, but they just don't show it. I loved the kindness that was extended to me in Japan. Everywhere, everyone is so polite, and you just don't get that here in the US. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Number 3 is the cleanliness. Japan is so clean. It doesn't matter where you go in Japan. I know there are areas that are more dirty, like Shinjuku, but even Shinjuku is cleaner than the town I grew up in, which is Phoenix, Arizona, which is considered to be a much cleaner town than in New York or in LA. Everything in Japan is just so much cleaner. Hotel rooms, shops, restaurants, parks, everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want me to do a video about a specific piece of American life, let me know in the comments below and I will make sure to make one. Mata ne!